Nobody expected the ranch to change forever at a celebration. Episode 7 of Dutton Ranch didn't begin with gunfire. It didn't begin with revenge. It began with music, with people dressed up, with family gathered under lights. But by the end of the night, relationships were shattered, loyalties were exposed, and one woman collapsed carrying secrets she had hidden for years. If you thought Episode 6 was emotional, Episode 7 raised the stakes and reminded everyone that the most dangerous battles don't happen out in the fields. They happen at the dinner table. The episode opens differently than usual. Instead of throwing viewers straight into ranch drama, we go backward, back to a younger version of Beulah. And immediately, something feels different. The mood is quieter, heavier. We watch moments that seem ordinary at first, until it becomes clear these memories aren't random. They're scars. Episode 7 reveals pieces of Beulah's past that explain why she protects certain people and why she refuses to let others get too close. For years, she's looked unshakable, the type of person who walks into chaos and somehow controls the room. But now we see something else. Someone who learned survival before leadership, someone who carries guilt, someone who built strength out of pain. And suddenly, her decisions throughout the season begin making more sense. Back in the present, the ranch prepares for one of its biggest nights. The 190th anniversary celebration. Everyone arrives expecting history. There's excitement, cowboys relaxing, families reconnecting, people laughing. For a moment, it feels like the storm is over. And quietly, most people believe the future has already been decided. Joaquin, the man who worked, the man who stayed loyal, the man who fixed problems nobody else could solve. This should be his moment. You can feel the expectation. People aren't even asking if he'll be chosen. They're wondering how the announcement will happen. But Episode 7 keeps showing something strange. Every smile feels forced. Every conversation feels unfinished. And Beulah, instead of looking proud, looks exhausted, like she already knows something everyone else doesn't. Then everything changes, because Rob Will arrives. And the second he appears, the energy shifts. No celebration, no warm welcome, just tension. He doesn't enter like family. He enters like someone who believes he belongs there. People stop talking. Eyes follow him. Even before anyone says a word, you can feel years of resentment walking into that room. Rob Will doesn't raise his voice. He doesn't need to. His presence alone becomes pressure. And suddenly the celebration doesn't feel like a party anymore. It feels like a courtroom. Everyone waiting. Everyone watching. Waiting for Beulah. Waiting for the announcement. Waiting to see who she chooses. Then it happens. The moment everyone came for. Beulah steps forward. People expect her to say Joaquin's name. It feels obvious. It feels earned. Instead, she chooses Rob Will. Silence, not confusion. Shock, the kind that hits so hard nobody reacts at first. Faces change instantly. Conversations disappear. And Joaquin, he doesn't explode. That's what makes the moment hurt more. Because sometimes disappointment isn't loud. Sometimes it's realizing that after everything, you still weren't chosen. And suddenly viewers start questioning everything. Was this really Beulah's decision? Was she protecting someone? Was she pressured? Or did she know something nobody else knows? Episode 7 doesn't answer. It just leaves everyone wondering. But the emotional damage doesn't stop there. While the adults are fighting over power, Carter is quietly breaking. Throughout the episode, he tries to stay composed. He tries to keep moving. Keep pretending. But emotions don't disappear because you ignore them. His connection with Arena becomes more complicated. His frustration builds. And eventually, everything spills out. No dramatic speech. No perfect moment. Just raw emotion. The kind that reminds viewers that people don't always fall apart in private. Sometimes they do it in front of everyone. And when Carter finally reaches his limit, the entire celebration starts falling apart with him. And then, the moment nobody saw coming, Beulah starts to collapse. At first people hesitate. Maybe she's tired. Maybe overwhelmed. But then panic spreads. People rush forward. Music stops. Conversations disappear. The woman who spent years carrying the family can't carry herself anymore. An episode ends exactly where great dramas hurt the most. Not with answers, but uncertainty. Will Beulah recover? Did she destroy Joaquin's future? Did Rob Will win? Or become the next target? One celebration. One decision. One collapse. And now, the future of Dutton Ranch may never look the same again.